Welcome, Duelists, to the next round of the Duel Monsters League tournament. Up next, Espa Roba versus Yugi Muto. Now, Espa Roba is going to be using a Jinzo deck with support cards from the GX era. And since that era had the Jinzo deck as part of a psychic group, quote unquote, we also gave him, along with some weaker psychic supports, the Psy-Frame archetype. So he is running one Psy-Frame driver, and the reason he is only running one copy is because all decks have specific nerfs to them. But don't worry, because the second copy is right here in the side deck, waiting to tear the opponent apart in a future matchup. So then, we have all forms of the Jinzo, as well as the anime effect for the original Jinzo, making it even more destructive of a card than ever before. With lots of other spell card support, he did run a Graceful Charity, so he has lots of draw power. We added in the limiter removal as there are machines in this deck, and not a small amount of them either. And other such support cards for the entire deck overall. And it has a rather surprising amount of synergy. And he is going to be running two Psy-Frame Lord Synchro monsters. The side deck is just a bunch of stuff to help him out, though he won't need it as this deck actually has a decent amount of consistency to it. Next up, Yugi Muto. So as many characters do in this tournament, Yugi Muto has two different decks that he's going to be playing. His first deck is going to be a Magnet Warrior deck with the new Electromagnetic Warriors. And he is also running both versions of Marshmallow in this deck in order to help stall out the opponent and provide himself with, using only these two monsters, all the defense he's going to need in order to help make sure he can draw the right card in time. He also has Witch of the Black Forest, a very powerful search card. And on top of all of this, he's going to be running all three versions of Gandora the Dragon of Destruction. The Dragon of Destruction, the Dragon of Demolition, and the Dragon of Destruction Giga Rays. On top of this, he's going to also be having some of his more powerful spell cards that can support each of these archetypes or help them get to certain cards faster. And of course, he has Magnum the Superconductive Battle Bot as a very strong fusion monster in his deck. Something that maybe not even the God cards will be able to get over. As for trap cards, he has just a few generic things lying around here and there. And sitting right here in this corner are also one of each of the silent monsters, level 0. Then, the other version of his deck will focus more on the silent monsters, having one of each different type of level, as well as the Magician and Swordsman that came out in a recent set, as well as the spell and trap cards being support cards for that archetype as well. Now, let's get on to the duel.